Go to the diary room.
I'm torn between a few people.
That would put you up?
Uh-huh. I'm torn between... Well, there's definitely a group of people that I know are there hanging out together right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who the mastermind of the group is, but I have a feeling it's between Joe, Danielle, or Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd be first on their hit list or not, but I definitely know I'm up there on their chart to take off.
Yeah, because all of them would not win if there was good people in.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be a good person. Like you and Kale and... Pretty much you and Kale. Like if you and Kale were against anyone, they wouldn't win against you in the end. So that's probably what they're thinking. Plus you're like a good competitor. But like I said, I don't care. So I'd like to get second.
If you want second, then I want to be there with you at the end. Because I'll gladly take first.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
So that'd be easy. All right, try to take second.
Yeah, that'll be my speech. They make you give a speech to, why should they vote for me?
Exactly.
I'll be like, well, it depends who it is. The only way, I would want it is if for some odd, strange reason I was standing next to, Joe or Evil.
Oh.
Then obviously I'd be like,
yeah.
Then I would want it. But just because I wouldn't want them to. Not because I want it. Just because I don't want them to have it.
That's cool.
But if it's, anyone else, pretty much, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think those are my biggest threats right now. Dick, Joe, Danielle, Jamaica.
I was thinking to put 2 of those people up on my list. I'm scared to keep getting rid of girls, though, because then it's going to be a bunch of boys. And then you guys will figure out how to gang up against us. You know?
No, that's not necessarily true. Just because there's going to be guys that they're all going to get together, because then it's hard to eliminate if you only have guys.
Yeah, that's true.
With guys trying to compete against guys.
Mm-hmm. That's funny, I won.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
They were asking me, I'm like, that's just hysterical. Of all the people, that's the funniest, definitely.
You pulled a complete Janelle.
I know.
Season 6. You totally.
Yeah. I like fitting her role.
Yeah, to a T, practically.
Yeah, just a
like
brunette.
Came out of nowhere and boom.
I don't know how I did that. How did I answer all those right? That's crazy. I have no idea. I didn't even believe myself when I picked them. You know what I mean?
Really?
You know what I mean? I kind of was what I kind of did, if the block was there and I didn't hear anything move, I just left it there. Ah. You know what I mean? Because you kind of hear, if people are moving their blocks or not.
Yeah, you can hear it, but you just don't know if they're switching it back and forth.
Right. When you do that red, this thing. But, whatever. Joe said he
I was very sure of all my answers. I didn't think, any of them, I was like, oh, I hope I got this one right.
Yeah.
I was very sure.
But at the end, though.
I mean, yeah, I was really sure that was right, but obviously it was
when
wrong.
we got the tie with Amber and Jamaica is when my heart started just pounding, oh my gosh. That was scary.
Wow. Well, had I gotten to the end and they asked that question, I probably wouldn't have thought about them having the door off and only holding 9 gallons on the bottom. I would have been thinking of the whole thing, so my number would have been way high anyways.
That's awesome. But it's going to be so funny because later everyone's going to be yeah, Jen won HOH because she's an idiot. Who guesses 41 gallons?
Totally.
I was just scared of going over, so I didn't want to guess too many. I almost guessed 1.
I think serious?
I wrote not because I knew that obviously I thought everyone would guess over.
Oh.
And I didn't want to guess over.
Gotcha.
So I think what I did is I think I wrote a 1. And then
But you said you 40, so you put 4 in there?
I don't know. I felt like then I'm like, obviously it holds more than one, so, and they can't hold more than 4. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to put like a high number and then go over, which everyone went over anyways, but
Yeah.
whatever. Everything works out just how it's supposed to somehow. It's definitely like the perfect week because I probably would have gone home. Especially with, like, you know what I mean?
It depends
on who it was.
Yeah, who had HOH.
Well, the options at the end were Eric, which I wouldn't have, Joe, and Dustin, which who knows about them. They might be trying to take out each other, so they probably wouldn't have. But you might have gone up with both of them
Very good possibility.
against the opposite.
I've heard my name thrown out there by, I think.
Joe definitely throws it out.
Yeah.
Joe throws you and Kale out against Dustin because they think that you won't go home. They think just because that's a sure way to get Dustin out.
Oh, really? That's why they're throwing my name out?
That's what Joe said. Joe's already come up to me and been like, do anything to you to get Dustin out. Like, Dustin's really not my first priority right now. If anything, he would be.
Right.
Like Joe, but I don't.
Well, Joe's an instigator of a lot of different things, so he's like kind of one to watch.
Yeah, but it's like
know?
everyone knows that, right?
Yeah, I would assume, but
That's my thing. Everyone knows, and who cares? I mean, yeah. I just think that I'll use this week to get on better terms with other people by not nominating them.
Oh, this gives you a perfect opportunity to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which is cool, because I kind of needed that.
Yeah, it's the one thing that
Break up
HOH grants you is like people are forced to kind of like reckon with you, and you can like work out things with them as long as they're not
shady
backstabbers and go off their word that they give you. Like if they're complete liars, they're liars. There's nothing you do about it. But
yeah. Well, because for this one, like I was like, okay, I hope Mike, me, or Eric wins. Like I didn't think that those are the, I didn't think you three would put me up. Those are the only people that I have safe with. With myself, you or him. Not because of anything other than like I don't think you'd put me up. There's like plenty of other people.
Certainly. Certainly.
Probably not Zach. Probably wouldn't either. But you never know, because he could be convinced by Nick and Danielle and that whole group, too. Like, he's kind of on the border,
Yeah.
So
I don't think he would have, though.
I don't think he would have either.
I don't think he's out for...
I mean, I wouldn't put him up, because why? Plus, it's funny that he was the only one I got up first, because he picked me.
That is funny. That is funny.
Well, what's funny is, like, I was, like, thinking, like, in my head, like, okay... in all honesty, like, if it was a question that wasn't for this game, like, people would probably pick me, but, like, before the game, before the game, until, like, so that people were trying to get me out, they would pick her, which is exactly what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not that I'm saying that people wouldn't want to rub butter off of her, but you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Because that's exactly everyone's thought.
Yeah, they were kind of like, they were tricky in that aspect.
Yeah. Because you're trying to
like
get other people out by...
They weren't, like, necessarily a true statement.
Right.
Just kind of like...
Whatever, what everyone else would say.
But I would like to think that mine was a true statement.
What, the Mike and Nick one?
Yeah.
That's really funny that Nick, Danielle, and Dick got out. Oh,
that
idiots.
Is pretty funny.
That's embarrassing. For them. Or for Nick.
Yeah.
That he'd pick himself.
He picked himself, got on.
I guess he didn't realize that how he's looked around here.
And then, because Danielle and Nick are like hanging out or whatever.